Okay, squabble up everybody. My name is Ron Wells. I'm gonna go ahead and spill some tea for moms over 40, digital moms over 40. So let me go ahead and take you guys for a quick evening walk. I literally just got back from Manhattan. I was waiting for my electric bicycle to arrive, but apparently that never happened. I guess they missed the delivery, or should I say, tried to deliver it, but claimed that nobody was home, even though clearly I was home. Well, not me. I had my mom staying there and wait for the delivery, but I guess it never happened. So I can't really show you guys the electric bike that I got. But needless to say, guys, I wanted to let you know what's up. So I figured I'd just take you guys for a quick evening walk. Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time and meeting with me today. My name is Ron Wells, your favorite FUD expert, 21st century freedom writer, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, full-time cybersecurity engineer, and somebody who decided to help digital faceless marketing moms over 40 discover freedom. Anyway, guys, look, I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you what actually works. I'm going to give you a couple of things, a couple of techniques that work 100%. So if you utilize those techniques, you're going to be able to make more sales digital for your digital products, your luxury brand products, or anything for that matter. It doesn't actually even matter, guys. Like I'm 100% certain that this technique will work for many of you. So I'm about to describe this technique, but you gotta be paying close attention to this because it took me about one and a half years to figure this out, guys. So it took me about a year and a half to figure out this technique. I'm gonna go ahead and spill the tea for how you could increase your chances of making more money, converting $1 into 3, and utilizing this technique to help your luxury brand grow faster. Okay, this is how it works, guys. So pay close attention. I'm going to be throwing some tools, some automation tools, and some digital kind of tools out there, and all sorts of, I'm going to be giving you some steps, okay? So the first step, what you want to do is create a bio link. Sort of like, if you look at my bio link, if you go to my bio link, you're going to see that it has all the socials. It has pretty much GitHub. It has pretty much like every social on the planet. You see it in my bio link. Do this as well. That's your first step. Second step, go ahead and create Gumroad link. So basically, create an account, go to Gumroad and create an account. Okay, so if you guys are struggling to make any sales, this was actually one of my problems. The crazy part about it, my content was fire, but I wasn't making any sales for like 1.5 years straight. So if you guys are listening, and if you want to solve this problem, and if you have crickets in your content, and if nobody's watching, if nobody's buying any of your digital or physical products, I'm going to give you the steps, more steps. Just continue listening all the way through. You may think that those are easy steps, but boy, oh boy, I missed them. Myself, me, I missed those steps, but it's very simple steps. Now, anyway, going back to what I was saying. So the first step, if you wanted to go ahead and sell more digital and physical products, all you got to do is create a bio link, include a bunch of socials, then go ahead and create Gumroad page, create a profile on Gumroad, and start populating little guides in that Gumroad. So what I mean by guides, I'm talking about structural guides where you're going to be giving information for free, okay? So once again, I'm going to give you those steps again. Okay, guys? And come back to me next time and tell me you did it. Because I don't want to hear many of you guys crying, saying how tired you are, how like nothing is working out for you. Like the reason why is because you don't have those small building blocks, those elements that create the whole set to help your feudal kingdom grow faster. And nobody's actually telling you all of this, and you're just spending colossal amount of time watching YouTube, spending insane amount of time just literally struggling, and nobody's actually helping you. So look, I created a coaching program for digital bougie moms over 40 to help you guys break this problem. So this coaching program is where I break down all the details for you in concrete steps. Like literally, it's literally going to be impossible for me to explain everything in one TikTok video, but I'm just going to give you some bonus steps that you're going to take to get you going. That will 100% solve your problem, guys. Like the only reason I could say so is because I used to be the process prisoner just like you. I used to be like wondering and pondering like how come I got fire content? How come $1 billion company noticed my content and heck even create a drink out of it, and yet regular people cannot notice that content? What am I doing wrong that does not resonate with regular people? That was the biggest question in the piece of it was just I don't know, it was just driving me nuts. So guys, look, I figured out what it was, and it was just very simple thing. But if you miss it, man, like you could be literally struggling for like 1.5 years not making any sales. Heck, nowadays, guys, you'll be lucky to even make $0 sale. Like with all the information that is happening, with information overload that you're going through, with the evolution of AI and all sorts of shenanigans taking place in the world of AI, you'd be lucky to even make a $0 sale. And what I mean by that, you'd be lucky to have anybody to even look at your information and even read your information, guys. This is how crazy this thing is getting. So you have to develop incredible skills, guys, in order to break through the attention span. We live in a world of 3 seconds attention span. Heck, probably by now already maybe 2 seconds attention span. So in order for you to maximize your chances of grabbing that attention span, you need to be using hybrid skills that are not taught in college. What I'm giving you is few steps right now to break through and give you some sort of hope, some sort of a chance, because I struggled for the longest time being that process prisoner. I struggled for the longest time trying to recall information, where to find all the information, how to provide relevant information to the person who's asking a particular question. In context of high cardinality, heterogeneous, multidimensional sets that exist within my knowledge base, it almost becomes impossible to recall a particular information, especially over the age of 40. So guys, look, I wanted to go ahead and break it down, my latest AI content-driven automation that I created. It's called Thanos AI Agent with integration in Notion. So as you guys know, what Notion does, it's kind of like your knowledge base. I'm sure you guys heard of Notion. So what I did is I created a quick agent, sort of like from Marvel superhero, called Thanos AI Agent. So what I did is I created this agent, and it's like stupid easy, guys, to do. But what it does, it easily connects to your Notion. It allows you to kind of talk to it either through chat or through voice or through Slack or whatever. The bottom line is you talk to it and it comes back to you with a relevant pill of freedom. In my particular case, that pill of freedom happens to be the knowledge inside of you could think of it almost like a database record. Now, guys, this is absolutely crazy because ChatGPT can't exactly do that because it doesn't have internal access to your Notion database. It doesn't have internal access to your memory. So I wanted to give you a few steps that will help you succeed like exponentially faster. And you use those steps, and I promise you guys, you're going to be able to make more sales. I'm going to CVS right now to get some floss real quick, guys, because I went to my dentist and my dentist told me, Rome, if you're not going to floss, your teeth are going to fall out. So I definitely don't want that. So I figured I'd just take you guys with me for a quick evening walk and spill some tea to help you understand the steps, but only if you listen all the way through, guys. This took me about 1.5 years to figure it out. When I figured it out, oh my God, it was like the best thing ever. I started getting leads and it was just so easy. But the problem is nobody told me about those steps that I'm about to tell you now. So, okay, so if you guys are listening and you happen to be mom over 40 and you're not making any sales, you have a bunch of products, nobody's getting those products, you need to solve this problem. I'm going to explain to you the steps. Okay, here are the steps. Step number 1, get the buy link. Take a look at my buy link, buy.link/Freedom Fusion System. Go ahead and create it for yourself. That's step 1. Create a bunch of socials and include them in that buy link. So basically that's step 1. Step 2, go ahead and create Gumroad. Gumroad is going to be your secret weapon. This is like nobody talks about Gumroad, but it's absolutely insane what it could do. Gumroad was able to fix my problem specifically because, and it wasn't just Gumroad, it was a combination of many other steps that I'm going to describe, but Gumroad was the actual secret ingredient that was missing all along, because what allows you to do, it takes your information. So let's say you have some sort of a digital product or a physical product. You can clearly describe that in Gumroad, the description of it, and include and there's a already kind of pre-configured template that says, I want it now, and then like a price and $0, right? Just this template alone made a huge difference, meaning my content was fire, everything was fire. The problem was I didn't really have that freebie with a $0 thing. Now, that was just one problem, guys. That's one. There's many other problems that it's too difficult to explain in one shot. I documented them all on my threads to see what the problems were. But if you read through those problems, guys, this was one of the things I had to do, include a freebie. So once I included the freebie on Gumroad, it basically was really relatively simple to do the rest. The rest, it was just a kind of intertangling all the other pieces that were in motion. So what I mean by that is intertangling Notion together with Gumroad. So in simple words, what you're going to do is okay, so far you guys understand what you got to do, right? You create a bio link, you include all the socials, and you create a Gumroad profile. Very easy 2 steps. The third step is going to be for you to create Notion database, describing all of your products, organized in the same structure, the way I'm organizing them in context of the Pills of Freedom. So what I mean is, when you join my Feudal Kingdom Academy or Feudal Incubators, that's basically my coaching programs, you're going to get access to those Pills of Freedom. They're organized in sort of like a row of data in Notion, and what I do is I personalize those pills specifically for anybody who joins the actual coaching program. So the crazy part about it is you could use the same structure to personalize your offer of your digital products using the same framework and mimic my framework and succeed. But nobody's actually showing you that framework because people just kind of showing you one singular offer and you're trying to figure it out on what are the building blocks for you to succeed, and you kind of just left hanging. So in my program, I give you the building blocks to succeed. So this way you're not left hanging and clearly understand what you actually need to do to create your luxury brand empire, your feudal kingdom, and make more sales. So we're going to talk about finding trending products. We're going to talk about creating your own AI content-driven automations to help you navigate some of those high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities that you're stuck in doing them on your own. You're going to figure out how to create incredible looking content. The same content that when I created Pepsi went ahead and created a drink out of that content. It was just that crazy. I'm thinking about maybe getting, I don't know, maybe this or something. I got to figure out what I'm going to get, guys. But I did get some floss, so that's great. But so that another thing, guys, that worked for me was if I wanted to just talk about agents, AI agents, and talk about it all day and all night, that would not give you any good. It will not give you a lot of benefits, guys, because you see a lot of people talk about AI agents, but all of this is meaningless to you unless you understand the other pieces, digital marketing and content ingredients that are interconnected to all of this, and how do you tie this to a digital and physical product in context of all of those AI agents. And I don't see anybody talking about that. All I see is oh, try this, try that, but then you hold the bag. Why? Because you hyper focused only on one skill and didn't really develop the kind of combinational skills where you could kind of jump from AI to automation to digital marketing to content and be able to have everything just in the right balance with approximately good enough of texture and structure for you to make more sales and increase your chances of success. I have not seen one program in the world that does this. So you guys could have access to it. You could start for free. Go to my profile, DM the word PAF on my Insta, and you'll get to see the preview of that. And take a look at my bio link and take a look at those Gumroad links. You're gonna see exactly what I mean, how I structure my digital products. you could use the same level of structuring for your physical products as well. Then the rest is just a matter of you combining a couple of AI avatars and unleashing them to fly across all of your socials. And of course, you're going to learn how to do that as well in my Feudal Incubator. And the rest is just going to be you kind of repeating the steps and doing this for the next product and the next one and the next, and constantly reusing the same kind of a skeleton structure. That's the idea. If you do this, it's going to be extremely the next, and constantly reusing the same kind of a skeleton structure. That's the idea. If you do this, it's going to be extremely easy, such as Freedom Fusion Land and Freedom Fusion Path, plus in a combination of different coaching programs that I created. One of them is Feudal Kingdom Academy for any kind of existing business owners, and the other one is Feudal Incubators. This is for anybody who want to kind of develop the hybrid skills that are not taught in college, and so much more. So guys, look, I'm going super fast. I don't expect any random person to just kind of jump in on a kind of on live and quickly understand what I'm talking about. There's like zero chance on earth unless you've started watching this from the beginning. But what I do want to help you out with is I wanted to show you how you could save colossal amount of time on your brand, whatever it is, whatever kind of brand you're trying to build, whether it's a physical brand or a digital brand. So now guys, look, I've been struggling for about 1.5 years where I'll be creating fire-looking content. The content would be so fire that even Pepsi, billion-dollar company, created a drink after my company's name after seeing that crazy, amazing-looking content that I create. Yet regular people fail to identify that skill. But Pepsi, billion-dollar company, did. So I started asking questions. How is it that billion-dollar company like what I do and regular people don't? What am I doing wrong? So what I did is I developed incredible hybrid skills that are not taught in college, ranging from psychology, AI content-driven automations, digital faceless marketing, content, and so much more to help you guys learn them quickly without you being process prisoners. So the idea, all you gotta do, guys, is DM the word path on my Insta. By the way, guys, I got some goobers, and yeah, those goobers are fire. I'm gonna just try to eat them all. So, good. No. Okay. Okay. Okay guys, so squabble up. I'm gonna go ahead and spill some tea. Look, many of you guys are abstract thinkers. I already know that. I could tell just by kind of explaining some of this information, I could tell many of you guys already are abstract thinkers. So what I mean by that is, you're a mom over 40, you're struggling to kind of figure out the dynamics of specificities of each individual mechanical skill. You're struggling. Anytime you watch a particular video, you feel like you're just getting further away from all of those AI grifters and all of those TikTok videos that are just kind of coming in one ear and coming out another ear without any of this registering. I get it. I know the feeling. This is the reason why I created my Feudal Kingdom Academy, to address this problem specifically for existing business owners. And of course, I also created Feudal Incubators specifically to address this problem for any kind of a side hustler who's starting out and doesn't necessarily have that level of abstract skills. With you guys, I could talk at that dynamic abstract level, utilizing all of this lingo, and you'll be able to quickly understand what I'm referring to. But in my other community, where there's hungry side hustlers who are like eager to learn those hybrid skills using all sorts of AI and automation agents, like for them, they want to be specific. For them, the specificity is like it's like the fire for them. So guys, if you want to attract two types of audiences, like the reason why many people don't follow me is because I'm using multi-dimensional skills to attract multiple audiences in a single video. But typically you'll find is a video where you watch somebody in TikTok and they would be like talking about only one thing and one thing only, and that is it, right? What you see me do, you see me pivot and talk about one audience and another audience and then combine them all together. This is extremely incredible skill. If you can acquire this skill, rarely, only few people that I met that acquire this skill that can actually like literally interface with that skill, and those types of people are vector-based thinkers. I came across some of those people when I was mentoring some of them in cybersecurity, because in the profession of cybersecurity there is no such thing as a singular kind of like, oh, let me think about one thing. If you do, you get hacked. And that's, me as a cybersecurity engineer, I understand that better than anything else. So what I do teach in my communities is how to develop that vector-based thinking for digital moms over 40. And of course, not only digital moms over 40, but any kind of other side hustlers who want to connect with those moms in order to help them grow their brand. Now, I get it, guys. Many of you don't have necessarily like everything for your brand. I get it. Many of you guys are struggling. I get it. Like, I was struggling. I was a process prisoner for 1.5 years. And although my skill set was fire, I failed to monetize that skill because I'll be like this type of vector-based multidimensional thinker. And what's happening, what I noticed about bougie moms over 40 is that when they see something simple or too easy, they just kind of brush it off, and basically they kind of tell them their internal self, oh, that is too easy, I'm gonna brush it off. And because it's so easy and because I understand it, there is no point for me of doing it. I'm just gonna watch the next TikTok video. Is that you? Guys, I nailed it, right? I know this is you, guys. I know this is you. Look, this is how you solve this problem. Essentially what you wanna do, you wanna develop AI content-driven automation skills. Now, I'm not saying you like go ahead and like develop them yourself. I'm saying go ahead and hire a side hustler on a monthly basis who is already trained in feudal incubators to help you grow your brand. So this way you don't have to like wonder and ponder like how do you create your own AI agent. So this way you kind of like tap into it right away and get those people to do it for you. You are not in the condition, guys, to be creating any kind of AI agents or any of that. Think about it. You're a mom over 40. You have pets, cats, kids, and dogs to take care of. So don't you just want to kind of have fun, monetize the heck out of them and make money? Look, that's exactly what I offer specifically in feudal incubators. I have an incredible feudal incubator called Freedom Fusion Digital, where you develop hybrid skills that are not taught in college. You learn how to do digital marketing. And of course, I have one of the products called Threads Booster that is part of the Threads Stack Power Bundle. It shows you how to monetize the heck out of your pets, cats, kids, and dogs. Literally, it shows you the footprints for what you got to do and how to do this on Threads. Now, guys, look, there's no way that I could just kind of mentally try to remember all of this. I'll just kind of mentally try to remember all of this unless I'm actually doing it. There's just absolutely impossible for me to kind of hold a script. I'm not holding any phone or anything like that, like this next to me. I'm not reading anything on script. I'm literally giving you precise information that you could apply right away. So look, here's the thing which you want to do if you wanted to kind of follow along. Keep something in mind. When I communicate with you, I don't just talk about, oh, let me talk about one product. Oh, let me talk about just about one particular individual. What I noticed, here's the problem, what I noticed in many bougie moms over 40, the ability to focus, the ability to ingest information in multidimensional manner. If you can ingest information from multidimensional manner, you will be able to sell more products. So look, just because I'm giving you guys a quick bonus, I wanted to come back to my original topic of what I was giving you some steps. Guys, just because if you ever develop this vector-based thinking, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should be talking about like have a word salad and be talking about absolutely everything and without any impact. What that means is it just demonstrates your ability of being able to pivot from one skill to another and then come back to your original topic that we were talking about earlier. That's what vector-based thinking means. So now going back to what I was saying. Anyway, enough about the vector-based thinking. I think you guys got it. Look, the first thing what you want to do if you want to make more money and convert $1 into 3, I'm going to show you those steps again. I'm going to describe them to you, and I'm going to give you one more step. Okay, the first step, you got to create bio link. Okay, take a look at my bio.link/Freedom Fusion System. Second step, you want to create, of course, you got to create socials and put them on a buy link, all that other stuff. Like, definitely you got to do, right? So you got to have a YouTube, you got to have threads, 100% you got to have threads. Otherwise it's going to be next to impossible for you to literally succeed and be able to break through the attention span of all sorts of audiences that you're trying to get through, unless you actually create threads. Anyway, going back to once you create all those steps, and you could take a look at what kind of socials I have in my bio link, and you could go ahead and just repeat the same socials, reproduce them, and then you're ready for the second step. The second step is obviously create your Gumroad. So Gumroad profile, once you create that, you're gonna publish your product, your physical or digital product. For example, in my particular case, I have several products. I have, for example, Thread Stack Power Bundle. It's an entire bundle that includes many different products like Threads Samurai, Threads Slacker, Threads Booster, Threads Themes, Threads Bots, Threads Bots RAG, right? So it's kind of, I picked the common denominator and I double down on that. Now, here's the problem. When you list only products, nobody understands the naming of those products. They don't know what is Threads Bots RAG. They don't even know what RAG means. So if you include some of this, just kind of don't rely on the fact that this is going to be the only place where they're going to come across your bio link, like from just a bio.link. Bio.link is just a kind of a placeholder where you're going to direct all of your bots to be sending traffic to that bio link. Of course, there's multiple ways that you could send multiple bots to your bio link, but the best way to do it is through threads. But you want to be doing this in context of talking about your product on threads and then providing the bio link, but not in the form of a link, but rather in a form of letting people know that, by the way, my link is in a bio, because threads and many of those socials, they don't let you include links. So anyway, now that we crossed that out of your mind, the next thing what you're going to do after you create a Gumroad. So, well, hold on, let me kind of rewind back. On a bio link, don't start including products that talk about, like, put your products that are relevant to your brand lower in priority than the products that are extremely generic. Okay, guys, you're abstract thinkers. This is a compliment, guys. If you continuously following through, you're already like running through the marathon. Literally, people pay for this type of information, and nobody breaks it down enough in any of the communities. So I'm gonna kind of break it down again. So when you create your bio link, remember, here's what you gotta do: include very generic statements that are, how should I say it, that resonate with your audience based on the trending topics. So what I mean by that? Okay, look, here's what I mean by that. Right now, the trending topic, and I don't even need to tell you that it's trending, I just know it's trending, but it is trending. People don't want to pay money for expensive AI tools, and that is trending. And I have the first thing that you see on there, I have kind of a little generic wording in a bio link. You see me saying something like, save money on LLM, on large language model tools, LLMs, with this guide. Boom, right? And this is very generic. This doesn't reference your kind of brand. So if you guys are building brand and hyper-focusing just on your brand and being stuck on like building brand, and not seeing any results, that's because nobody understands the definitions and vocabulary of your brand. So, of your brand name. Especially, heck, in my case, it's two multiple brands. It's Freedom Fusion System, then Feudal System, and then there's Threads Bots. All of those vocabularies, good luck trying to figure that out unless you read beyond, unless you have higher attention span and an abstract level thinking. Now, that is not the case with everybody. People don't have abstract thinking. Moms over 40 do have abstract level of thinking. They could kind of understand what is going on, like what is the reason why I got to start off with a very generic statement in my bio link, and why I got to go double down and include more specificity. This one little thing like really made a huge difference. As soon as I did that, immediately, right away, I had somebody sign up on my Gumroad. Immediately, right away, I had somebody get my $0 offer, get my freebie. And a lot of people you'll find out there, they'll say, oh, all you need is a freebie. Guys, I had freebies for 1.5 years and nobody clicked on them. Nobody. For 1.5 years. And all I heard was like, oh, you just need a freebie. You just need a freebie to give something for free. Guys, no amount of content will ever save you from a non-clean offer. Or should I say non-clear offer. Does it make sense, guys? So no amount of information, no amount of bells and whistles from all sorts of sophisticated AI videos and all sorts of content will ever save you unless you have a clear offer. Now, many of you, I heard about that from other people, and to me, it sounded very annoying because nobody explained to me precisely what is a clear offer. And I figured I'd go ahead and I create entire Feudal Kingdom Academy to explain to Bougie Moms over 40 how to take all those pieces and all those things that just kind of go into the left ear and come out of another ear and never register, and double down on those topics and make sure that they actually resonate with you. So this way you make more money. Now, a couple of things. You're going to see a lot of short videos from many different providers. Like you go on TikTok, you scroll through it, and you see a lot of people just kind of, a lot of AI grifters with their dark eyes, full of excitement, convincing you that you need this tool or that tool. Only at the end of the day, you end up holding the bag and not really making any progress. Guys, look, that is not what I teach in Feudal Kingdom Academy for Bougie Moms over 40. What my Feudal Kingdom Academy focuses on, it focuses on having very powerful moms who understand the structure of the brain of other moms over 40. And those moms are the ones that teaching you all of those pieces of context that you literally just miss, and nobody explained anything like this. Now, me as the orchestrator of multiple communities, my goal is just to help you guys succeed. And as it goes for me in my professional life, I already succeeded, but I wanted to kind of take you guys with me for a quick walk and help you to succeed. I already succeeded. I have multiple properties across multiple countries. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a full-time cybersecurity engineer. I already have enough money to retire, guys. But I'm here helping you guys discover that freedom. Now, one of the ways you could do that is, first of all, if you guys are very kind of curious about this, how not to miss what all of those steps. And guys, like literally, if you read one of my threads, you will gain even bigger curiosity, because you're gonna see crazy things happening on my threads. But anyway, if you're curious, if you want to learn more, go to my bio link and take a look at everything that I just described to see if you can replicate it. Okay, guys? And if you guys need a little bit of guidance and encouragement and support, jump into my community, ask me questions. It's on FUD. You're gonna see just DM Path on my Insta. I'll send you access. It's sort of like a little app, sort of like TikTok. You just download it. It's available for iPhone and Android, and there's thousands of other side hustlers and moms and whatnot. And you could ask all sorts of questions whenever I go live. And you could get access to many of my powerful guides, premium guides, and of course, thousands of workshops that are free for you to ingest this information in different types of formats. Now, my favorite kind of podcasters are astrophysicists like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I like him. He's very good podcaster, and he just have his show, and some of the techniques that he shows and his style of communicating with mass number of people inspired me to kind of perhaps maybe mimic some of his personality as well, in context of me creating some of those incredible solutions for bougie moms over 40. So from time to time, I must kind of recall some of his techniques and utilize them and change the tonality of the conversation. Notice how I went ahead and I just kind of started replicating like another person in a way, started sort of replicating his kind of a level of posture, level of communication, and changing even the tonality and the pace. This is absolutely incredible, guys. If you learn that skill set of being able to change the tonality and the pace in context of pitching, that will help you get elevated a gazillion times faster in anything that you're trying to sell. Now, if you wanted to be very like how should I say it? If you want it to be like a beast, like a sales beast, I do have a guide that is a free guide that will help you learn how to become the sales beast. And I have it available in my community as well on FUD. Now check this out, guys. Look, I know I didn't finish all the steps. There's many different steps. Okay, the next step that you want to do after creating the Gumroad, of course, we already covered that the first step is going to be buy link, create a bunch of socials, start off with a high level, a bunch of socials, start off with a high level general information that resonates with others. Except, wait a second, I'm not ready for the other steps. I'm still on the first step. On the first step, when you pick something that is generic, okay, guys? When you pick something that is generic, be sure that you pick something that is trending, okay? If you can include some pop culture in the mix of your trending topic, then even better. Like Squabble Up, check out this LLM tool that helps you save money on APIs, just like Lamar Kendrick style. That would be great. Now, of course, you can't fit it all in a small buy link like this. You want to keep it short, you want to keep it sweet, but wherever you can, include the pop culture in the mix and include trending topics. For example, one of the trending topics that I'm writing now on is Zapier and N8N MCP, Model Context Protocol. So I know this is trending. I figured out, let me go ahead and create a little Model Context Protocol. So I know this is trending. I figured out, let me go ahead and create a little tutorial that shows how to like interface with 8,000 apps directly from a free tool like N8N using that tool to connect to Zapier and be able to do all sorts of AI automations for bougie moms over 40. So I kind of tapped into this, and as soon as I did that, immediately I got like lots of interest, and people are clicking, trying to figure it out. Oh, how do I do that? What the hell is Model Context Protocol, right? So the key here, guys, it's either, here's the problem. Many of you actually skip that step. You say, forget about doing anything trending. You just fall back to your past because you continuously being the process prisoner of the past, and you never try to look forward. You never try to actually take what's trending and sit down and say, what is trending? And then use that as a topic, as a general topic that is included in your buy link. Now, to proceed to the next step, which is the Gumroad. So in Gumroad, you're going to be utilizing a couple of things. First of all, you got to include like a little short YouTube video that includes everything about your offer. So including you recording yourself, like, not necessarily you like yourself, but perhaps a screen of the actual Gumroad explaining all the details. So meaning it's not just going to be enough for you to create some other videos about your product and don't talk about and don't include the intro video about what you're offering on Gumroad. Meaning you create the product, you do that in Notion. If you guys want to learn how, take a look at Threads Booster. This is where you learn how to create your own digital product or product bundle, monetize your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and squabble up with other digital moms to accelerate your chances of making more sales. It's called Threads Booster. But anyway, guys, you'll see it in my link in the bio. So notice what I just did. I kind of threw in a little pitch in the mix, right? So this is a very, guys, this is insane skill. This is absolutely insane skill. Notice how I keep going. I keep increasing the steps for you that you gotta take while keep integrating a small little pitches in the mix. That's the idea, guys. You want to be doing the same exact thing. The only way you're going to be able to develop those skills is if you follow those steps. And I'm going to show you how to develop, of course, pitching skills and other hybrid skills that you could use right away. The next thing what you guys going to do is create Notion. You create the Pillar of Freedom in Notion. And you're going to put tags relevant to that Pillar of Freedom. I hope that makes sense, guys, because if it doesn't, go to my buy link. So I have two types of pills of freedom, blue pill and red pill. Now, this is just how I organize my data structure inside of my communities, inside of my programs. If you wanted to build your own program and spawn money from multiple communities, then you definitely want to listen up even more. Now, the key here, guys, is to understand that when you create your pills of freedom, you include what kind of pill that is, if it's practical or if it's theoretical, and subdivide all of your little lessons, you could think of them pills of freedom, into this concept of what is theoretical and what is practical. So sometimes you could combine them together if you feel like you're a little lazy, but have some structure that you could easily reference to and feed it to your community as value. So basically declare the structure. You could follow my feudal system framework and the way I structure my communities, so this way you don't have to think about what kind of structure you need to define. You just have it. I'll hook you up with your own Notion database, and I'll hook you up with my latest AI content-driven automation called Phanos AI. Control the chaos. You'll get access to it, and you'll be able to interface directly with that Notion database and those pills of freedom using chat, using voice, using Slack, using whatever way. So, and you'll be able to retain that memory, that context that is very hard to do with any other tools out there. But with this tool, you could literally have it running on your computer like a little virtual computer in Docker, and have that little Phanos AI agent do the heavy lifting for you. You can ask questions like, what kind of pill of freedom did I assign to a side hustler that talks about open AI? And then it'll be like, oh yeah, this is the pill of freedom. Here's the link. Here's the tech stack that you covered. OpenAI, GitHub, etc. Boom, you have everything in one place, in one shot. Plus, what I do for every pill of freedom, guys, I include each individual thread that doubles down and explains every single thing relevant to that pill of freedom. And of course, the beauty about the threads is that those threads are searchable by ChatGPT. So what that means is, as you're creating threads, as you're continuously creating those digital and physical products, providing that you start off from the right food, and physical products, providing that you start off from the right food, providing that you actually identified what is trending. And don't worry, in Feudal Kingdom Academy, my assumption is that you're already the feudal lord. My assumption is you already have the products. My assumption is you're already making money on your products, but something is not right. Something is not right. You're not making enough. But you're already making like $1,000, $2,000, maybe $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 or maybe even $10,000, $20,000 a month. Then guess what? Feudal Kingdom Academy is for you. Now, if you're not making that, then definitely Feudal Incubator is for you. And because I have multiple Feudal Incubators in Freedom Fusion Path community, notice how all of a sudden I'm developing the vocabulary and feeding you information and giving you context behind each of those names, and kind of using the words Freedom Fusion Path, Freedom Fusion Land, and kind of talking about, hey, what is the difference between Freedom Fusion Path and Freedom Fusion Land? Well, Freedom Fusion Land is for feudal lords, the existing business owners who don't want to learn any hybrid skills. They don't have any time. They just want to squabble up together with a bunch of side hustlers from overseas to minimize their costs, and then have them do all sorts of hybrid skills and help you make more sales. That's a heck of a lot of kind of information, all kind of packaged under those vocabulary. So another biggest advice for you guys is to start developing vocabulary level thinking. Now, some of you will say, well, holy smokes, you pulled a lot of words, Rome. You talked about Freedom Fusion Land, Freedom Fusion Path. Okay, I get it. So Freedom Fusion Land is all about the feudal lords, the right overseas, and help the side hustlers maintain a race, plus give them commission as an extra gravy to kind of stimulate their work environment. Okay, so I think you guys got the idea about Freedom Fusion Land. But what about Freedom Fusion Path? Well, Freedom Fusion Path is specifically for side hustlers who don't necessarily have lots of money, perhaps who don't necessarily have lots of money. Perhaps they're just starting out college students. Perhaps they're just hybrid side hustling moms overseas. Perhaps they barely even speak English. But needless to say, they did decide to purchase ThreadSlacker to learn how to actually sell even with no English skills, or heck, possibly even being deaf, and still make sales with ThreadSlacker. How's it even possible? Notice how all of a sudden I'm integrating different types of product naming and product bundling in context of those communities, as I'm kind of wrapping your mind around all of those vocabularies. Guys, this is an advanced skill. This is advanced skill. Can develop that skill. Not everybody can be like a machine, just communicating back and forth, like spitting information left and right. Like, guys, this is perhaps some of you will say, well, Rome, how do I develop that skill? Well, the truth is, guys, there's certain things you could do. You could start off with poetry. You could take a look at some of my poems. I've written over 5,000 poems for you guys. Take a look at my TikTok profile. Just scroll through some of them, and believe me, you're going to be able to develop those pitching skills. That's going to be your kind of a first initial way to, first of all, kind of meditate. Second of all, recognize your inner you, your past you, and your future you inside of those poems that are written. That's kind of the first way for you to break through some of those pitching skills. Needless to say, do you need to be like a rapper or anything like that? No. You have to use those pitching skills in combination of being a multimodal mom. So what I mean by that is you need to be like not just talking with your words, but you need to be actually showing things. You need to be going through those diagrams, those flow charts, all of those crazy things that you see me do in a community, and navigating through some of those Gumroad offers that you showed from your buy link, and constantly referring back to your buy link as you discussing the topic deeper and deeper, and covering many variations for that topic, and then intertwining that topic back in context of other topics. So now some of you will say, well, I can't do that. ChatGPT should do this for you. Well, that is true, guys. ChatGPT can do this for you, indeed. But you got to know how to structure it. You got to have that metadata. You have to understand how all of those pieces come together. So this way you can structure it in a way that ChatGPT can do this thing for you and can do the marketing for you. Now, here's where the kicker comes in, guys. Today, I don't know if you looked at my threads, but you have noticed that out of a sudden you saw a post. You saw a post that shows me inviting you to workshops. Well, guess what? It wasn't me. It was my Threads bot that went ahead and logged in and automatically into my Threads and invited you in combination with all sorts of AI avatars inside of that Threads, and invited all of you guys to my workshop. How would you guys like to have that bot working on behalf of you, doing this thing for you, so this way you don't have to? Guys, this is fire. Like, literally, this is insane what I just told you. And you could learn about how to do this, how to create a bunch of AI avatars, integrate them with Threads, have a bunch of Threads bots, RAG, doing all this thing for you, and communicating with your audiences, and uploading information for you, utilizing your computer browser, and doing all sorts of things for you, so this way you don't have to. Just think about it. How do you remember to let people know that you're doing workshops? Like, ask yourself, do you actually remember reminding people to do that? The chances are probably not. Now, some of you will say, well, I could just get one of those tools. Sure, but will you remember to log into that tool? There's thousands of tools. How are you going to remember to log in all of those tools and be able to do all those things that you want to do that you know 100% are working? You need the skill, guys. You need the skill to be able to orchestrate multiple SaaS tools. And for that reason, I have created Threads Samurai. It's a way for you to interface with multiple SaaS tools, minimizing your expenses and maximizing your chances of return on investment. Just imagine what you could do if you knew how to interface with different types of SaaS tools in easy way. So this way, those free SaaS tools out there, they get to do the work for you, and you get to just enjoy your life, relax, I don't know, get some coffee, chill. I'm a heavy coffee drinker, guys. By the way, if you guys want to buy me some coffee, go to my buy link. There's a buy me coffee link over there. I love coffee, and feel free to support my futile mission of helping bougie moms over 40 discover freedom. I'm not getting paid anything out of this other than doing this for fulfillment. And of course, some coffee would be great. But anyway, guys, look, I'm super excited because today somebody actually purchased, like literally gave me $1 from a Gumroad from this link. And I thought it was like literally 1.5 years for me that anybody would get any of my freebies. People would see my information on Threads. They would see incredible content on Threads, yet I don't see anybody purchasing anything. And to me, that was like a turning point. I needed to do something. I needed to figure out a way for how I could break through this kind of loop that I myself stuck with, perhaps by maybe in a subconscious level, putting off certain tasks, such as creating this Gumroad link and including a $0 offer. But if you could break through, guys, if you could break through that first step in getting somebody to buy that $0 offer from you, congratulations, you made it. The problem nowadays, guys, is literally for you to get somebody to buy that $0 offer. What I did is I created entire thread stack power bundle to help you get that traffic, to help you grow. And no, I don't mean like, traffic where you got to spend money on meta ads or any of that. No, it's fully organic. Now, can you use meta ads when you have fire looking offer and everything else that is relevant to it? Sure, yes, and we offer that as well, but that's not the priority of any of those communities that I'm talking about. It's all free in terms of organic traffic. So the idea here, guys, what Thread Stack Power Bundle solves the problem of growth. Guys, this level of cohesiveness, consistency, and explanation and attention to detail you don't get from any other life, guys. And I'm able to just whip it out, all of those elements, and explain and intertangle them and connect them. Why? Because I'm literally doing it, guys, and I want you to do it too, so this way you can succeed. Guys, this is like incredible feeling when you actually start getting those freebies where people actually purchase stuff. There's going to be certain elements that you want to be utilizing in those freebies. Like, for example, let's say you start creating something, but you skip on utilizing in those freebies. Like, for example, let's say you start creating something, but you skip on emojis, you skip on spicing up the text, or maybe you skip on hyper focusing on the pain problem of a digital mom in the beginning of your offer, and start off with your pitch that is not relevant to the digital mom and just a bit generic, that doesn't provide enough explanation for why this particular AI agent or whatever the digital or physical product that you're trying to sell would resonate with them. Boom. If you don't miss that step, over. You might as well don't continue, guys. Literally, this is just few steps, few elements, but the only way you guys are going to be able to remember those elements and understand how to do them is if you build those products in the community. I have a community that you could join. DM the word PATH on my Insta. You could get access to thousands of workshops and multiple guides, free guides. And of course, I have premium guides that I just talked about. Thread Stack Power Bundle gives you a preview of all the guides, and you decide which one you want to get. Either Threads Booster, or if you want to get Threads Samurai, or if you want to get Threads Slacker. That's right, one of my favorite guides that shows you how to use very low effort skills to get big results while leveraging virtual side hustlers from overseas that barely speak any English. How crazy is that, guys? Or it could be any other types of digital mom side hustlers from overseas or not overseas, or maybe some digital moms who don't have necessarily, can't talk properly, but they're deaf, but they understand everything, but they wanna make money and they wanna help your brand grow. You could give those deaf moms an opportunity to make money together with you. You as the feudal lord, you as the bougie mom over 40, you could give them that opportunity, something that has been taken away from them. Now, guys, this is fire. For that, I created Threads Slacker. I couldn't forget about deaf moms. I couldn't forget about moms that don't speak English. I couldn't forget about moms that are from overseas. I had to include them. I had to include them to help you, to help your feudal kingdom grow faster, and to help them be able to make some money as well in the process of doing so. That is why I created Threads Slacker. Now, Threads Themes is another one of the incredible guides that will help you learn how to create your own Threads theme. Now, this guide, oh my God, literally will show you how to use all of those tools, AI generation tools, Luma Labs, Midjourney, etc., to create very compelling theme that will just get people to remember you, recognize your brand, and begging to come back to see more. I rarely see people unfollow me on Threads because of such context and such content. That just absolutely insane. I'm using all sorts of memes. I'm using Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, and Lamar Kendrick. And just take a look at my TikTok it's called @Freedom Fusion System. Just go and just take a look at the content, and you're going to be blown away, guys. I promise. You're going to look at that content and you'll be like, damn, I want that. I want that as well. Now, anyway, guys, look. I'm not here to convince you to do miracles. I'm just here to convince you to be the better you, be the future you. You deserve to be that bougie boss mom over 40. You deserve to be that true person who really helps others. But the only way that's going to happen is if you're able to follow those steps. Now, if you guys want to see how I'm executing those steps in real time in some of those 3-hour workshops, literally as I'm breaking it down and showing you exactly what am I doing in Notion, how I'm creating Pills of Freedom, how I'm interconnecting it all to BuyLink, how I'm interconnecting it everything to Gumroad Link, how I'm including all those high-level kind of topics in a BuyLink, and how I'm doing adding a bunch of other kind of pieces of information and creating thumbnails to include Marvel characters and all sorts of other things in a mix of the automation to help other people quickly understand and relate to that, then definitely take a look at my YouTube account. And of course, you're going to learn all that. You're going to be able to see that on BuyLink. Now, notice what I just did right now, guys. I went ahead and I summarized everything that I talked before, right? I went ahead and summarized. Guys, some of you will say, well, Rome, how come you don't have a lot of viewers? Guys, forget about the viewers. Focus on the quality, because the workshop that I'm doing right now, I could take that workshop, download it, put it in my tool. It's going to blast that. It's going to divide that workshop into multiple viral chunks and blast that across multiple socials. So never, ever try to look at the number of viewers when you are creating content, because you're in creativity mode. You're in a mode where your mind creates content, and you get rewarded by that content if you don't kind of jump off the cliff and start chasing whatever the viewers want. Instead, you got to finalize the thought. Remember the saying, when they build, people come, right? Remember that. So build it. Build your feudal kingdom and they will come. I promise you. The only way to do that is if you, and I hate to say, if you develop hybrid skills, but that is what you got to do. You got to develop them if you are a side hustler who wants to succeed. Now, if you're an existing brand owner, then you could easily, meaning the feudal lord, you don't have to develop those hybrid skills. My community already trains side hustlers for you, so this way you could acquire their expertise, inherit their hybrid skills. But for you, the bougie mom over 40, I highly recommend joining Feudal Kingdom Academy, at least after you have the faith in this whole process, after you go through my FUD community, after you watch thousands of workshops and multiple guides. Join Feudal Kingdom Academy, because not only will you get access to Pills of Freedom that will maximize your chances of converting $1 into 3, but you will also get access to hybrid skilled side hustlers with whom you can connect directly without any agency. You can connect directly without any agency fees in between. With the type of side hustlers who already went through the feudal incubators. Because I have multiple feudal incubators. I have Freedom Fusion Track for how to build your own AI automation agency. I have Freedom Fusion Digital for how to develop hybrid skills that are not taught in college with hyper focus on digital marketing. I have Freedom Fusion Content that helps you learn how to create fire-looking content. And one of the reasons why Pepsi went ahead and created an entire drink called Freedom Fusion. You can take a look on my Buy Me a Coffee link and see what that drink looked like. Summer edition special by Mountain Dew. Yes, that type of skills you could develop, guys. Now, I didn't have any of those skills when I first started out. And trust me, guys, I didn't think much about it. But I started doubling down. I started embracing the agility of AI tools and all of those variations of different types of tools that exist out there. I doom scrolled for hundreds and thousands of hours across TikTok to ingest this information and be able to come back to you and build fully blown community that easily allows you to interface directly with those skills. So this way you don't have to be the process prisoner of your internal thinking, having all of this information coming in through left ear and coming out through the right ear, nothing registering, and then you end up holding the bag. Why? Because you ended up following a bunch of AI grifters and not really followed the future you. The future you who deserve to be better. The future you who deserve to be the bougie mom over 40 that literally makes decisions. The bougie you who knows how to go ahead and provide value for the people across the world and include them in the mix of your feudal kingdom to help you grow, to help you make more product sales, digital or physical. Notice how I went ahead and started talking about I kind of overlaid everything in a high level, set the foundation for you to kind of talk about everything, what you would get. But the question is, what exactly will you get in Feudal Kingdom Academy? Well, in Feudal Kingdom Academy, you get your very own Freedom Fusion system. you get pills of freedom. And of course, you already guys know what Freedom Fusion System is. If not, take a look at my latest article on Buy Me a Coffee, when I wrote a letter to one of the bougie moms who went ahead and purchased one of my freebies. Today, I went ahead and I literally constructed a letter to that person. Her name is Rose. You're going to see it on my Buy Me a Coffee. Letter to Rose from Ron Wells. You're going to see that. Go on my Buy Me a Coffee. Read through it. You're going to quickly understand what is being offered in Feudal Kingdom Academy and Feudal Incubators. But basically, the idea here, guys, is you're going to get quickly all the tools that you're going to need in order to help you convert your leads into loyal customers. That's what you're going to get. Plus, you're going to get access. And that's what Freedom Fusion System is. It includes N8N automations. It includes Zapier automation. It includes Go High Level platform automations, AI bots, voice bots, all that stuff that you could just plug it in and personalize it for your own brand and use it right away without spending thousands of dollars or thousands of hours on any of those automation useless tools that don't necessarily bring you closer to your feudal kingdom that you see from those AI grifters who are hyper focusing on placing you into their set versus you placing them into your set. So the problem here, guys, you kind of already unlocked. You understand why you need Feudal Kingdom Academy, and you understand why you want to start off for free, absolutely free on FUD, to learn even more about Feudal Kingdom Academy. Imagine having your own Freedom Fusion system helping you unlock that feeling within you that you always wanted to unlock, but just you were stuck. Nobody showed you those little complexities, how they all intertwine together, how they all solve problems for you. Nobody was able to show it to you. Now, guys, I managed to help you learn how to solve it for you. All you got to do is DM the word PATH on my Insta. I'd love to help you out. I'm going to get some food. But yeah, guys, definitely check it out. Check out the latest letter to Rose on my Buy Me Coffee. If you guys enjoy this mission, the feudal mission to help bougie moms over 40 discover freedom, go ahead and feel free to buy me some coffee. I'm super thirsty. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. I'll see you next time and take care.